Action 10's Cole Vaughn with your Doppler 10 weather forecast.
Alrighty, well, you know, a couple weeks ago we were dealing with all that fog, all the cloud cover. We kind of changed that this past week. We saw a little more in the way of sunshine. You see, as we made it into the day today, we had some blue sky, some upper level cloud cover in place. But don't get used to this because it's not sticking around forever. We've got some changes on the way. How about today, though? High temperature of 87 degrees, 3 degrees shy of that 90-degree mark. And there were folks off to the west of Corpus Christi that hit 90 degrees and actually surpassed it. Very warm day for February across the coastal bend. Here you go. Hebbronville still sitting above 90 degrees at 91 currently, 89 for Falfurrias. But look at this. Port Aransas at 64. You go from 64 right there on the water to the 90s all the way out west. Big time spread here in the temperatures. 78 right in the middle there for Corpus Christi, but we did make it up to 87 earlier today. So the temperatures have fallen a good 9 degrees since earlier this afternoon. Now part of that is because of the humidity. You see this very steep line in the humidity there. This is humidity that's rolling off the Gulf of Mexico. So the dew points here are in the mid to upper 60s and then they fall off into the 50s. So it goes from humid to a little bit more pleasant outside, and that drier air further off to the west is what's contributing to them getting so much warmer out there. Now current temperatures across the region, look at this. Laredo's at 93, Del Rio at 92 degrees. This is some warm stuff for February. 85 in San Antonio. You had to go to Houston to stay down there in the 70s, 71 in Houston at this hour. And look across the state. This is how Texas does February. 35 in Amarillo, 93 in Laredo, 92 in Del Rio. So there's a big spread at over about 400 miles there. You're changing about 60 degrees. 61 in Dallas. That's where a cold front is currently sitting right now. This cold front is going to move to the south, but it's not going to make it down here into the coastal bend. Watch as it kind of slides right there just on the northern fringe of our area for tomorrow. Temperatures are in the 70s for San Antonio. We're still warm in the 80s. That cold front's going to wiggle back to the north as a warm front, so not a problem for us. But another cold front is going to come through, and this one will make it through the area. It's coming through on Sunday. Look at Sunday morning's forecast. We may have a few little sprinkles, some cloud cover as well ahead of this cold front, but once the front moves through, we should start to gradually clear out. There is going to be some cooler conditions behind it, but notice there's a lag there, so that cool and gloomy weather will not arrive until we hit Monday, so we should finish up our weekend with a little bit of sunshine. So here's tomorrow's forecast. We're going to start the day plenty humid out there, potential of some fog as well, around 62 degrees by lunchtime. We're already up to 77, making that high temperature around 80 degrees. Partly cloudy skies overall. The sky conditions are going to be very similar to what we saw today. Well, now it's time for your 7-day forecast, brought to you by AutoNation. Gear up with a new truck. AutoNation's New Year New Truck event is on. Rush to the AutoNation store near you. So as we go into tomorrow, Corpus Christi at 80 degrees. Further off to the west, you could still make it up there closer to that 90-degree mark yet again. So another very warm day for Saturday. Cools off a tad for Sunday. A cold front's going to move through. It'll switch the winds to a north at that point. And then as we head into President's Day, that's when the cool and gloomy conditions arrive. 61 for that high temperature, the potential of a little bit of drizzle. And we've got clouds back in the forecast. Those clouds are going to stick around all the way through the middle of next week. It really looks like we're going to be in for another very extended period of some cooler and cloudier conditions. Andy?